Have you ever noticed that your dog acts as if you're more than just their owner? What if I told you that many dogs actually see their humans as their biological mother? It sounds unbelievable until you start noticing the little things. That quiet stare they give you, the way they curl up right beside you, the soft whimper when you leave the room. You might think it's just love, but what if it's much deeper? What if in your dog's eyes, you are the one they were born to trust? Today, I'll show you 10 surprising signs that prove it, and the third one will give you chills. And by the end of this video, you'll know for sure, does your dog see you that way too? Now let's begin with the most obvious, yet most overlooked sign. Number 10. They make prolonged eye contact and release oxytocin. Have you ever locked eyes with your dog and felt something shift like time slows down, and suddenly the house feels quieter than usual? That's not just your imagination. When your dog stares into your eyes for more than a few seconds, something incredible happens inside both your bodies. It's the same hormone released when a mother holds her newborn, oxytocin. The bond hormone. The silent, "I love you" that doesn't need words. You see, in the wild eye contact means many things: dominance, threat, challenge. But when a dog gives you that gentle gaze, soft and still, it's not about power. It's about trust. It's their way of saying, "I choose you. I feel safe with you." It's the kind of look a child gives when they don't want to let go of your hand. And here's the part that most people miss: not all dogs give that look. They reserve it for the one person they feel connected to at the deepest level. If your dog does this with you, you're not just a caregiver. You're their anchor, their comfort, their home. And isn't that beautiful? To be chosen without words every single day. But here's the real question: how many other signs have you missed? If your dog can speak without speaking, what else are they trying to tell you? Let's move on to a behavior that seems simple, until you realize it was coded into their DNA for survival. Number 9. They mirror your emotions. Have you ever noticed your dog getting quiet when you're feeling low, or bursting into joy the moment you laugh? It's not coincidence. It's connection. It's as if they're wired into your emotional frequency, like a living, breathing emotional echo. Think about it. In a room full of people, your dog doesn't follow the noise, they follow your energy. If you come home drained, they won't jump around. They'll sit beside you quietly, maybe with just a nudge of their nose. Not asking, just being. Like a shadow that understands the weight of your silence. This isn't just affection, it's instinct. Puppies in their earliest days survive by reading their mother's state. If she's calm, they rest. If she's alert, they freeze. Your dog has carried that survival mechanism into your relationship, except now it's layered with loyalty and love. Here's the part that'll get you. Some dogs will literally alter their behavior based on how you feel, even if they don't fully understand why. That's not just empathy. It's a kind of emotional devotion. And if your dog has ever changed their energy to match yours, they're not just watching you. They're walking through life with you. But what if that connection goes even deeper? Because the next sign on the surface looks like simple attachment. But beneath it lies a powerful instinct that harks back to the wild. One that says, "Where you go, I go." Let's talk about that, because number 8 will make you look over your shoulder and smile. Number 8. They follow you everywhere. You stand up to grab a glass of water, and there they are right behind you. You walk to the bathroom, and they wait outside like a little furry sentinel. At first, it might feel cute, or even a bit clingy. But what if I told you this isn't just about affection, it's ancient? It's primal. In the wild, puppies didn't survive by staying still. They followed their mother everywhere because her movement meant food, shelter, protection. To wander away was to risk death. That same instinct now lives in your hallway, your kitchen, your footsteps. When your dog trails behind you, they're not just being nosy. They're saying, "Where you go, I must go too. Because you are the one who keeps me safe. It's not loyalty, it's lifeline." And if you've ever tried to sneak out of a room without them noticing, you know they have a sixth sense for your absence. Like a radar that pings the moment you leave their emotional orbit. That's not behavior you train. That's love that lives in their bones. And here's something few people realize. This kind of following isn't casual. It's reserved. Many dogs don't do this with everyone. But when they do, they've made their choice. You're their person, their compass, their north. But sometimes when fear strikes, even following isn't enough. Because in the next moment we'll explore, your dog doesn't just want to be near you, they need to disappear into you. Let's talk about what happens when the world gets loud and your dog comes running. Number 7. They seek comfort when they're scared. It starts with a rumble in the sky. Just a low growl of thunder. But before the lightning even flashes, you feel it, a warm body pressed against your leg. A quivering nose nudging into your lap. Your dog isn't hiding. They're finding you. Because in their world, when fear comes knocking, they don't look for walls, they look for you. And that says more than any bark ever could. Dogs don't just run to anyone when they're scared. They run to the one they believe can protect them. Think of it like this: in the wild, when danger loomed, a puppy's first instinct was to bury itself in the fur of its mother. Her smell, her heartbeat, her presence was the safest place on earth. In your home, you have become that sanctuary. And if you've ever spoken to your dog in a calm, soothing voice during a storm and watched their body slowly soften, that's not coincidence. That's biology. Your calm becomes their calm. Your steadiness rewires their nervous system. You're not just a voice they hear safety in your tone. But here's what's even more powerful sometimes. Even when the danger isn't real, they still seek you. Not because they're fragile, but because to them, you are the place where nothing bad can happen. But now let's flip the script. What happens when they're not scared, but they see you as the one who needs comfort? Because in the next moment, they won't run to you. They'll read you. And their response might just melt your heart. Number 6. They lick you as a form of communication. It starts as a wet little kiss on your hand, then your arm, maybe your face. You laugh, maybe you flinch, maybe you wipe it off. But for your dog, that lick isn't just a hello. It's a sentence, a paragraph. Sometimes it's a novel. When puppies are born, the very first thing they feel is the tongue of their mother, licking them clean, stimulating their tiny bodies to breathe, to eat, to live. That lick is their first language, and it never really goes away. So when your dog licks you, they're not just being sweet. They're communicating. I see you. I'm here. Don't go too far. Each lick carries a purpose. It can be calming, seeking reassurance, or simply saying, "You're mine, and I need to know you're okay." Some dogs will even lick excessively, not out of habit, but out of emotional overflow. When they can't put their love into words, they pour it into that motion, over and over again. Like writing your name in the sand with their tongue, hoping you'll never forget how much they care. And here's the part most people miss: dogs don't lick just anyone like this. They're choosy. They don't waste this on strangers. If your dog does this regularly, you've been marked not as territory, but as family. But what if I told you that some dogs have an even more intimate gesture? A way to connect that involves no words, no licks, just pure presence. Because in the next moment, Their eyes will meet yours, and something chemical will happen. Number 5. They greet you enthusiastically when you come home. The door clicks, your keys jingle, and before your hand even touches the knob, boom. There they are, spinning, whining tail wagging like a metronome on caffeine. It's not just excitement, it's relief, it's joy, it's reunion. Because in your dog's world, you don't just go out, you vanish. And every time you leave, there's a tiny part of them that wonders, will they come back? So when you do, when that door opens, it's like you've returned from war, like you've emerged from a storm, safe and whole. And their celebration, that's not just happiness, that's worship. To you, it's only been 30 minutes. To them, it's been an eternity of waiting by the window, checking every sound, every shadow, hoping it's you. And when it finally is, they can't contain themselves. Their body explodes with movement because their heart can't hold it in. Some dogs bark, some whimper, some bring you a toy like a peace offering, or just spin in clumsy circles. But all of them say one thing: thank you for coming home. Now here's where it gets deeper. That kind of greeting, it's not just ritual. It's rooted in the bond between mother and pup, the relief of reunion, the promise of protection restored. But what happens when the gift isn't noise or movement, but something small, quiet, and deeply personal? In the next sign, your dog won't greet you with sound. They'll bring you something even more sacred. Number 4. They bring you their favorite toy or prized possession. It might be a torn-up teddy bear, a squeaky ball with no squeak left, or a ragged sock you threw away 3 times. But when your dog brings it to you, tail wagging, eyes bright, they're not asking you to play. They're offering a piece of their world. You see, in the language of dogs, sharing isn't casual. It's sacred. In the wild, wolves only share food or shelter with those they trust with their life. And for your dog, that slobbery toy isn't trash, it's treasure. It's the thing they sleep with, the thing they guard, the thing they carry from room to room like a toddler with a favorite blanket. So when they drop it at your feet or nudge it into your hand, they're not just saying, let's play. They're saying, I choose to give you what matters to me. Because you matter more. This act of giving, of inviting you into their space, their joy, their obsession, isn't something they do with everyone. It's intimate. It's intentional. And if your dog does this often, it means they see you not just as a leader, but as a partner, a packmate, family. But here's the twist. What if I told you that this gesture of trust can go even deeper? Because sometimes it's not what they bring to you, it's where they choose to be near you that reveals the truth. And in the next moment, we step into the most vulnerable place of all sleep. Number 3. They sleep near or with you, especially in vulnerable moments. There's something almost sacred about sleep. It's the one time your body lets go of control, when instinct goes quiet and the world fades to black. And that's exactly why where your dog chooses to sleep says everything. If they curl up at your feet, stretch out by your bed, or press their back against you on the couch, that's not just coziness, it's confession. They're telling you, when I am most vulnerable, I choose you. In the wild, animals don't sleep next to just anyone. Sleeping near another being is a matter of survival. It means surrendering the ability to run, to fight, to hide. And yet, your dog, this creature wired by thousands of years of instinct, has decided that the safest place in the world is next to your heartbeat. Sometimes they sigh before they fall asleep. A long content exhale that says more than any bark ever could. That sigh, that's peace. That's trust you didn't earn overnight. But through 100 little moments, the way you feed them, speak to them, protect them. And here's the part that makes it even more beautiful. Dogs don't fake sleep. They don't pretend to rest. If they sleep near you, they've let their guard down entirely. You're not just their human. You're their home. But what if, while you rest easy with them nearby, they're not sleeping at all? Because in the next sign, they're still watching, still waiting, still protecting. And you may not even realize it until you see what they do when you're gone. Number 2, they pay attention to where you are. Check on you. You step into the next room. You don't call. You don't even make a sound. But seconds later, you feel it, that subtle shift in the air, a soft pad of feet behind you, a quiet glance around the corner. There they are, watching, tracking, checking in. It's not about food. It's not about boredom. It's about you. Dogs are masters of silent devotion. And this behavior, this habit of casually, yet constantly making sure you're still there, isn't just sweet. It's primal. It's the instinct of a creature whose very survival once depended on knowing exactly where their mother was at all times. Your dog may not follow you closely all the time, but they always know where you are. From the kitchen to the bathroom, from couch to backyard, they mark your position like a compass points north. Because to them, you are orientation. You are stability in a world full of unpredictable noise. And when they peek in quietly, not to play or beg, but just to see, that's love in its purest form. No fanfare, no drama, just presence. But now, what happens when your dog doesn't just know where you are, but actually reshapes their body to match your emotional state? Because in the final sign, they won't lick, stare, or even follow. They'll simply relax. And that's when you know, without a doubt, you've become something sacred to them. Number 1, they show a relaxed, soft posture around you. It's in the way they flop, the way their limbs sprawl like spilled ink across the floor, the slow, steady rise and fall of their chest, as they exhale a sigh so deep you'd think the world just exhaled with them. When your dog melts beside you, belly exposed, ears, loose eyes half closed, it's not just comfort. That's surrender. That's trust in its purest, rawest form. In nature, softness is a risk. A predator never relaxes. A survivor never lets their guard down. But your dog, they unarm themselves in your presence. They drop the shield, lay the sword aside, because somehow, in your scent, your energy, your quiet heartbeat, they've found peace. You've become their safe zone, their soft landing, their home. And this posture, it's not about sleep. It's not about tiredness. It's a statement, I am not afraid. Because you are here. Many owners miss this. They see it as just a nap, just a lazy sprawl on the floor. But if your dog stretches out beside you with their belly up and their breath slow, you haven't just earned their love. You've earned their unconscious trust, the kind that even training can't create. And here's the final beautiful irony. The more relaxed they are around you, the more quietly powerful the bond becomes. No words, no licks, no noise, just presence. And that is how a dog says, "You are my mother." Now that you've seen all 10 signs, take a moment, just one quiet moment, and look at your dog not as a pet, but as someone who chose you. Out of all the places to feel safe in this world, they chose your voice, your footsteps, your lap. You are not just a food source. You are not just the human. In their heart, you are home. You are comfort in the storm, stillness, in chaos, the first face they search for, and the last scent they breathe before sleep. And maybe that's the most beautiful kind of motherhood there is. One without words, without blood, but full of loyalty so deep it curls up beside you and sighs. If this video touched something inside you, if it made you see your dog in a new light, then stay with us. Because there's still so much more to explore about the unspoken love between humans and dogs. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We create every video with care, science, and heart, so you and your best friend can understand each other better than ever before. And if you're curious what your dog's sleeping position really says about their bond with you, that story's waiting for you just one click away. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. And until then, go give your dog a gentle hug from the person they love most in the world.